Hello everyone and good morning. I am going to be making a soap today and it is going to be a berry inspired soap. I was actually thinking that I do not use the color purple in my soaps very much at all, and so I really wanted to do something that had purple, but I could not. I wasn't feeling very inspired. However, I did get a couple of 1-ounce samples of some different fragrances. I had blackberry, blueberry, blackberry jam, and I also added in some raspberry sorbet and a little bit of black raspberry vanilla as well. So this is going to be a super berrylicious. Oh my gosh, I should name it that. But anyway, it's going to be a super berrylicious soap. I haven't worked with any of these sample fragrances yet, so I'm hoping it's not going to completely seize. I do have one blackberry fragrance that I did make a soap with before, and that one is definitely an accelerator. It accelerates it crazy. So I'm going to hope that that's not going to happen with these. So anyway, I just dumped my hot lye water into my solid oils and butters. Although my coconut oil has completely liquefied, it is sitting in its jar completely liquefied and it has not solidified yet. And I think that's because it's been so ridiculously hot lately. But anyway, so while that's going on, I have my liquid oils in here. I'm going to be adding my killing clay and colloidal oatmeal as usual. And then I'm just going to give this a quick mix. I try to edit it out a lot whenever I stick blend, but you guys, if for some reason I do leave it in, you guys will see that I will tap the crap out of my stick blender before I start blending. And I think it's because I feel like one of the worst sounds in the world is when you're stick blending your soap and you have like a bunch of air bubbles in there, and it's just, oh, it sounds terrible. But yeah, so I think maybe too much I might be tapping it to get the air bubbles out, but it's just not worth it to me. Not only does it put air bubbles into your soap, but just that sound is such a terrible sound. It's like a gurgling almost. It just sounds terrible. But yes, so we're almost completely melted down here. I did, as usual, let my lye water cool down because I don't, I want to give the lye time to kind of like dissolve into the water, so I don't pour it immediately. And then I also don't pour it immediately because my lye water is usually at like, I don't know, 190 degrees or 180 degrees. So I always let it cool down a little bit before pouring it into my solid oils and butters. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay, so everything has been melted. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in my liquid oils here. As I'm adding in my liquid oils, I'm gonna pulse my stick blender just to get it started on the mixing. Alrighty, so everything's mixed in pretty well. So I'm going to start separating it off into different colors. We're gonna have 3 main colors and then white on the side. So we've got our colors here, and I'm gonna start adding them in now. These are all mixes, so I know I've got the neon pink in here, which is probably one of my favorite pinks. I've also got pink amaranth in there. And this one is, I believe it's Orchid Purple from Nurture, as well as the Neon Pink. This one is Neon Blue, and I believe it's the Teal from Nurture. Just gonna give these a mix and see how the color looks, and if I need to add more, I will add more. Alrighty, so all of my colors are ready. This one's a little lighter than I wanted, but that's okay. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the fragrance. I am totally crossing my fingers that it is going to behave well. Okay. So I'm just gonna mix them in and see what happens. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start with the purple. Alright, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here. So it's definitely accelerating, but not by much, which is weird. Not used to that. Okay, and so I'm gonna go in with blue now. And then some pink. Oh, I was totally lying because now it's starting to accelerate. It's getting chunky. Then back in with purple. Then blue again. Giving it a good shake in between every time because of the acceleration. I want it to kind of smooth itself out. And pink. And I'm pouring from very high for this because it is thickening up pretty quickly. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a swirl on the inside or if I should just let it be. I think I'm just going to let it be. So I'm just going to go ahead and scrape everything out here. So that is done. Now we enter the white, which I think I may have way too much of. Oops. But that is okay. Okay, so I need a spoon. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of scoop it on top. Alrighty, and I'm just gonna go on with my squeezy thingy here and just drip some all over. My squeezy thingy. It's a very professional name. Okay, and my next squeezy thingy. Put a little bit more color on there. So I am using all of the same colors that I used on the inside of the soap bar. Okay, and last color is the purple. I'm just gonna go on with a little bit more. Okay, and so now I'm gonna add in some glitter. Okay, so we just added on 3 types of glitter. I'm positive you can't pick it up in the camera, and I apologize for that, but I will do a close-up so you guys can see it. And now the final touch is going to be adding on my cold process soap pearls. So I'm gonna put them in pretty random places. Okay, and we are finally done. So tomorrow we will be back to cut this thing. I know it was super lengthy, but I did have pearls in the pink, purple, and blue, same color that I used throughout the soap. And I just stuck those on top. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, and here's a close-up of the berry soap that I just made. And I will see you guys tomorrow when we come back to cut it. Alrighty, see you then. Good morning everybody. So I'm back today to cut this like Berrylicious soap. I did cut a couple pieces last night because I was super excited and just wanted to get this ball rolling and see what it looked like. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the official rest of the cutting right now. I've gotta say, so far I really like it. I think it looks super cute. It smells amazing. Just looks like a slice of cake. Like if you were to take a cake and cut it right down the middle, this is what it would look like. Well, if you had a super fancy cake. And so this was my first time working with these fragrances, and I actually really like them. They smell very much, it reminds me of like blueberries, and sweet and delicious and amazing. You can get a little bit, you know how I drip the mica before I put on this second layer of ploppings? You can see a little bit of it there, and on the sides you can see it as well, which I like. Alrighty guys, and here's a close-up of the finished blueberry, I don't even know what I'm going to name it, blueberry Berrylicious something soap. And there we go, those are the tops. I really like how these turned out. If you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below. Like the video if you thought it was cool, and subscribe if you want to see more. Alrighty, thanks guys, bye.